This is what y'all been wanting, huh? This is what y'all been asking for. This is what y'all been clamoring for at the very least since mid-season last year, if not the whole season. This is what y'all been wanting. This is what y'all been clamoring for. Y'all got it. Y'all been asking for it. Y'all finally got it. But it might not end up the way that y'all think it's going to end up, and it might not be the best thing for you. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic. And today we're going to talk some football, Houston Texans football. Lovie Smith has hired Pep Hamilton to be his offensive coordinator, and I think this is about to be a very, very interesting situation. But I don't think that's good news and bodes well for Mills Mafia, though. I don't think it's going to end up well for it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. But before we do that, like I've been telling y'all in the last couple of videos, the goal is to reach 5K, 5,000 subscribers. We reach 5K, I'm doing a very special giveaway. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. But the only way to be a part of it is to get the channel to 5K. We so close. We are very, very close. So y'all know what y'all got to do. Y'all got to like, share, subscribe, send it to your homeboy, your homegirl, your cousin, your next door neighbor, your coworker, anybody. Don't have to be Texas fans. Anybody like sports, period. Get the channel up to 5K. Show them, share it on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it is, whatever social media you use, you share on those platforms and look at the channel up to 5K. Not to mention social media. Y'all go follow me on social media. Hit them links in the description. And y'all follow me on social media, because if you're watching it today, on February 10th, I'm going live at 7 o'clock p.m. on IG. So you have to follow me if you want to be part of live. I might call some of y'all up, and we're going to chop it up. We got a lot of things to discuss, with the whole Lovie Smith high and things like that. We got a lot of things to discuss. So if y'all follow me, I'm going live. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all follow me. Y'all go live with me. We do what we do. We chop it up. But like I say, hit them links in the descriptions. Also, we giving away 30 days free at Amazon Prime. So y'all hit them links in the descriptions. Y'all do all that. And y'all also get this channel to 5K. Come on now. We almost there. We so close. We so close. Now, let's talk about it. Now, like I said, the Houston Texans, Lovie Smith, has appointed and hired Pep Hamilton to be the offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. In the last year, he was the quarterbacks coach. He's been the offensive coordinator before, back in Indy with Andrew Luck. Let me talk about it. Let's break down some of his history, because he actually coached with Lovie Smith early on when Lovie was in Chicago. He was a he started off his NFL career. He started off with the Jets. He was a quality control coach in 03. Then moved up to quarterbacks coach for the Jets in 04. Was a receiver coach for the Jets in 05. Was a quarterback coach for the 49ers in 06. In Chicago with Lovie Smith from 07 to 2009. Then was in Stanford as a receiver coach in 2010, and was the offensive coordinator / quarterbacks coach from 2011 to 2012. And then 2013 to 15, he went to Indianapolis to be the offensive coordinator with Andrew Luck. He went back to Michigan and he went to Cleveland in 2016 as the assistant coach and quarterbacks coach. In Michigan, he was from 17 to 18 was the assistant offensive coach and passing game coordinator of 2018. In 2020, he was the Defenders head coach / general manager, because in the XFL, the head coaches were the general managers. And then in 2020, that fall, was the quarterbacks coach for the LA Chargers, and then was the passing game coordinator / quarterbacks coach for 2021 for the Houston Texans. And now he's about to be the Houston Texans offensive coordinator. And I know like I said, a lot of people from Mills Mafia, this is what y'all been clamoring for, because the whole Stanford connection, and seeing what he's done with Justin Herbert and things like that. Y'all been wanting this. This is what y'all been claiming for. Also, not to mention, everybody was sick of Tim Kelly. There's no secret. Everybody was sick of Tim Kelly. To be honest, I'm very intrigued. I'm actually hopeful. I know there's actually some people out there who doesn't think that he's going to be a good offensive coordinator. I don't know if he's going to be a good offensive coordinator, but I am intrigued. I think he actually has potential, to be honest with you. I think he actually has potential. One, anybody's better than David Culley. I mean, not David Culley, but anybody's better than Tim Kelly. But what I'm thinking is, one thing that he does do, he passes the football a lot. He's been a quarterbacks coach a couple times, receivers coach a couple times. Never really seen a running backs coach. But I think that he dictates more towards the pass, and he's going to air it out. I believe he's going to air it out. So I know, like I said, Davis Mills fan, Mills Mafia, y'all ears are perking up right now. This is the reason why I don't think it's going to bode well for y'all. A lot of people keep on drawing the comparisons and keep on drawing, the whole Stanford thing. He ain't been at Stanford since 2012, y'all. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since the last time he was at Stanford. Now I know David Shaw came from was on Harbaugh staff in Stanford. So the offenses are very similar. But one thing I do notice that when his offense had success, he had a strong arm quarterback. He's there. Jay Cutler's first year in Chicago. Andrew Luck the whole time he was offensive coordinator in Indianapolis. When he was the head coach for the defenders, he had Cardale Jones. And then last year in 2020 he had Justin Herbert as his quarterback. Strong arm quarterbacks like to throw the football a lot. Davis Mills doesn't have a strong arm. He has a decent arm. He doesn't have a bad arm, but he doesn't have a strong arm. I mean, I know people like he got the best passer rating when he throws the deep ball. I don't know how many attempts. Like, stop it. Like, come on now. Like, let's be for real. Like, he doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have. I mean, Deshaun doesn't even have a gun like that. But Deshaun has a stronger arm than Davis Mills does. Like I said, it's above Brock Osweiler. It's not as bad as Brock Osweiler's, but it's probably around Matt Schaub's, somewhere in that span. So I think that he's eventually going to want to get a strong arm quarterback. Now, could it be a Jimmy Garoppolo situation? I hope not. But I think for his offense to succeed and for his offense to do well, to maximize his offense, he's going to need a stronger arm quarterback, in my personal opinion. That's why I don't think it's going to bode well for Davis Mills. Now, it's going to be put up a shove time for Davis Mills, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people out here, Mills Mafia, Money City Mills, and all the little bulls. Some of y'all know I've been joking, but all people like that who really are team Davis Mills. And that's what you is, you team Davis Mills, whatever. I think that he's earned his right to be a starting quarterback this season, especially if you decide to move on from Deshaun. I think he deserves the right to, like, you don't need to go draft a quarterback. You don't need to go to Jimmy G's or anything like that. But I need to see more. He's shown improvement. He had, and a lot of people give the credit up to Pep Hamilton. Like I said, they started throwing the football more. People, because they said that Pep Hamilton started taking over some of the play calling and things like that towards the end of the season, and he had more control when it comes to the offense. He was also with the passing game coordinator. I never understood that passing game coordinator, running game coordinator. Have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. You don't need no passing game coordinator and running game coordinator and pass rush coordinator and secondary coordinator. No. Quarterbacks coach, running backs coach, offensive coordinator. Like, come on now. Like, you don't need to give all these other titles and bull, like passing game coordinator. That's so stupid. Like, that's just dumb. But anyway, well, I think that Pep Hamilton actually, I think Pep Hamilton has the potential and the capability to be a good offensive coordinator. And I think that he probably has strives and has aspirations to be a head coach eventually. Not saying he's going to be a head coach, but he was the head coach of the XFL team, which means I believe he wants to be a head coach eventually. So he wants to succeed. He wants to have a good showing. And I know a lot of people keep on drawing the Stanford comparisons, but those are two different Stanford styles in my personal opinion. They have the same similarities because they do come from the same Harbaugh tree, but he coached with the Jets without Jim Harbaugh. He's coached other places without Jim Harbaugh. Remember when he was with Andrew Luck, he was with Bruce Arians. He was with Bruce. Remember, Bruce Arians took over for Chet Pagano because Chet Pagano got sick. Bruce Arians was the interim head coach. Pep Hamilton was the offensive coordinator. Bruce Arians goes to Arizona, and he continues to be the offensive coordinator up until 2016. He's coached with other people outside of the John Harbaugh tree. So yes, he's coached with John Harbaugh and David Shaw. He's coached out people out, and then he went back to John Harbaugh back in Michigan, but then coached out and was with as Anthony Lynn. That was the head coach for the Chargers back in 2020. So he's been under Anthony Lynn, former running back. So he's been with other guys and he's picked up other information. Like I said, he's coached with Lovie as well. I do think that he's going to have some similarities. Of course, he's going to have some similarity, some familiarity with the whole Stanford type style once he coached there. Come from that tree as well. But it's not the exact same offense. And to be honest, Davis Mills really didn't do all that impressive in Stanford. Like that's another misconception. Like Davis Mills, like he would have to lighten the league on fire in the Pac-12. He wasn't. But I don't think that Davis Mills is actually the perfect guy for this offense. In my personal opinion, the type of offense I think Pep Hamilton truly wants to run. I think Pep Hamilton is going to be able to tailor offense for Davis Mills and try to make whatever Davis Mills does successful. But I don't think what he wants to do, if you want to maximize what he actually is capable of doing and what he's capable of being the offensive coordinator, I don't think Davis Mills is the guy. And I think you're going to find that out this season. That's why this is very key. That's why I think this is going to be very, very interesting. I think you're going to find out, yay or nay, by the end of the season, if Davis Mills really is the guy. We will know. The only way we don't know, the only way we won't know, is if by some miracle Deshaun and Cal kiss and make up and Deshaun's out there playing. Other than that, you're going to find out, yay or nay, if Davis Mills is the right guy. Because I do think that Pep can devise a decent offense around him. And I do think that Pep Hamilton, if you're able to maximize what Pep Hamilton really can truly do, you're going to need a better skilled quarterback. Because if you look at some of Davis Mills' plays, even when he has good plays, you find little slinky things wrong with his mechanics. Like one of his things, it was the last game against the Tennessee Titans. It was a pass he threw to Dan Mendola. I think it was the second touchdown. There was the second touchdown he threw to Dan Mendola. That was a dime. It was probably Davis Mills' best of the year. Like, he put it right there. It was a nice pass. He put it right there on the money. But he only threw with his arm. That's one of my biggest. To be honest, when it comes to Davis Mills, probably my biggest gripe with him is his mechanics. Is that he uses arm talent. He uses nothing but his arm, and that's probably I told you he do got an arm. You really don't throw with your arm. You mostly use your hips and your feet when you throw the football in the NFL. That's what you mostly use. It's not really the arm, but he doesn't set his feet right, and he doesn't use his hips. It's just very stiff. Like, it doesn't bode well. Now, Pep, quarterback coach for a long period of time. If I'm not mistaken, his son's like the number two quarterback in the state of Texas. Like, as far as like high school, he's the number 2 quarterback in the state of Texas. So he's been around quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure as we talking right now, he's coaching his son out of anything, trying to get his son right, so his son could be a high level recruit, go to a big school, things of that nature. And sidebar, the whole excuse with Josh McCown, though, that's the reason why Josh McCown didn't coach last year, because he wanted to watch his sons play football. Pep Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken, was on the Texans coaching staff, right? And his son is highly recruited. Like I said, he's either the second best quarterback, he's either the second ranked quarterback in the state of Texas or the second ranked quarterback in the nation. Either way it go, he's a top recruit. Somebody's looking at him. And Pep finds the time to still coach NFL football, to get his feet up under him, because he doesn't have that same luxury he doesn't have the same privilege and luxury of a Josh McCown to just get a head coaching job just because he backed up for 35 years. Like, come on. Let's call it what it is. I think that's quite lazy. Now, if you don't want to coach, that's different. But don't sit here and use that as an excuse that, you want to watch your sons play high school football. They don't play every day. Last time I checked, they only play on Fridays. So you trying to tell me that you can't get enough time, get everything you done, that for a couple hours of the day, on Friday night from the hour of 7 to 10, that you can't watch your son play in the state of Texas? I mean, he's only going to be playing in the state of Texas. Now, unless the Texans or whatever team you coach for is playing a Thursday night game, so yeah, you won't be able to do it that week. But then again, you actually probably would, because you'll be done with the game and done with the preparation. So never mind, that's not an excuse. Only way is if y'all playing on Friday or on Saturday that you should be able to miss the game. Or if they end up playing on Saturdays. If they have like a playoff game, they have to play a playoff game on Saturday. Like, that'd be the only way. But if you have a home game, you still be able to watch them play, because you'll be in the home stadium. But this neither here nor there. Like, this just an excuse. Like, the whole coaching that was an excuse that they was using, that McCown people was using. But sidebar, that I didn't got all off topic. But I do think that Pep Hamilton is going to try to work with Davis Mills' mechanics. I do think Davis Mills' mechanics will improve because of Pep Hamilton's history with quarterbacks and things like that. I do think his thing will improve. But this is what I'm saying. If you look at the history, especially when Pep had success, more with Andrew Luck at Stanford and in the NFL, and also with Justin Herbert, strong arm quarterbacks, weapons and talent around him, speed guys around him. Now we do have a speed guy in Brandon Cooks, but do we have the strong arm guy? We don't. We don't. Now if Deshaun's out there playing, I do think Deshaun's a different. But Deshaun doesn't have the strongest arm in the NFL either. He doesn't have a Mahomes or Allen or Lamar Jackson or like I said or Justin Herbert. He doesn't have though. He doesn't have that type of arm. But Deshaun has a damn good arm. Like Deshaun has an NFL arm. He can make all the throws. And that's another thing. They can make all the throws. Anybody who's a quarterback in the NFL can make a throw. Anybody on the third string can make all the throws. That's not a thing. Like that's another thing that draft analysts and people try to tell y'all to make somebody think to make y'all think somebody who's trash is actually good. Oh, he can make all the throws. No, duh. They all can. Anybody if you can't make all the throws, how could you ever become an NFL quarterback? How could you even be a top level starting quarterback? How could you be a starting quarterback in a D1 school, let alone make it to the league and be any string of quarterback, first, second, or third string quarterback, if you can't make all the throws? That's so stupid. That's one of the most dumbest things they say. He can make all the throws. Stop. That doesn't make any sense. I never understood that. He can make you got receivers and running back who can make all the throws. That's not a thing. Like that, just normal people probably can't make all the NFL throws. But if you on any NFL roster as a quarterback, you can make all the throws. That's not a thing. That's not impressive that you can make all the throws. You better be able to make all the throws. We paying you to make all the throws. You better be able to make all the throws. So again, but I think to maximize Pep's offense, you're going to need a stronger arm quarterback. Is that find a way to make it work with Deshaun? Is that going after somebody eventually in the draft a year or two from now? Going after somebody in free agency a year or two from now? I don't know. But I think to maximize Pep's offense, I think you're going to have a strong arm quarterback because that's what the history tells you. When he's had success in Stanford, Indianapolis, Andrew Luck, and with the Chargers, Justin Herbert had talent around them, had receivers, also has strong arm quarterbacks. That's very key. We don't really know about Nico. I'm very hopeful for Nico. I like Nico a lot. I wanted Nico before this whole mess started with anything, with Deshaun, with the coaches, with anything. Back when we didn't know who we were going to be hiring for a coach, I looked at Nico and said, this is a guy you can get in later on because we knew we didn't have a first or second round pick. This is somebody that you can get in the later rounds. I think could pay dividends, could be a big body receiver in the red zone. I like Nico. Is Nico a number one? I don't really think so. I think he's a decent number two. I think he still needs work to be even a high level number two, but I think he's a good number three and a decent number two. So we need to see him improve. Brandon Cooks, I really don't. Brandon Cooks is the number one receiver on this team. I don't think Brandon Cooks is the number one receiver just on any other team in the NFL. So I do think you will eventually have to upgrade the receiver position eventually. Obviously, do something with the tight ends as well. And we already know about the offensive line, the running game. That is some things that you're going to have to shore up. And I'm pretty sure that they'll try to shore it up in the next couple of years, or at the very least, do something during the offseason and doing something during the draft. But I am very intrigued and I'm very interested in what Pep can bring to this team because I do think that Pep actually has. I think the situation might work. I actually do. I think that Pep Hamilton offense could very much work. But like I said, I don't think it's going to work the way that a lot of y'all want it to. A lot of ways y'all think it's going to happen because y'all keep drawing the Stanford comparisons. I don't really see it. As the more I look at Pep's history, like I said, also DC defenders in XFL had Carter Jones, 12 gauge. Like he needs and likes big, strong arm quarterbacks. Davis Miller's big, but he's not a big, strong arm quarterback. That's what I think he needs. I think he needs those big type of strong arm quarterbacks. That's the type of offense I think that he runs. I think that's what he uses to maximize offense. Because like one thing, he's going to throw that thing. He's going to call pass. Like we're going to have a lot of passing attempts. And I know for the last 2 years, especially the year that Tim Kelly did it, it was more so out of a necessity because you didn't have a running game and you had Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, and Brandon Cooks and things like that. So you had to throw the football a lot. I think that this is not going to be out of a necessity. I think this is going to be out of a want to. They're just going to want to throw the football a lot. But we'll remain to be seen what's going to happen. But I'm very intrigued. I'm not mad at all. I like the Lovie Smith hire because it's actually a respectable hire. I think that this Pep Hamilton hire, I think it's a good hire, and I don't think it was forced on Lovie. I don't think this was a David Culley situation where, oh, here's your staff. I think that Lovie truly wanted to bring Pep along. Remember, they worked together a couple years. He hired him a couple years ago. So, well, his first stint was a couple years ago because that was over 10 years ago as well. He hired him way back when in Chicago. So I think they know each other, and I think the situation possibly can work. Just don't think it's gonna work with the guy that y'all wanted to pulling the trigger behind the line center. So we gonna see. We gonna see. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla.